welcome to another report around galactic Mayan astrology. Now this is a bit of a different video because it's not actually a wave spell video. The purpose of this video is to speak a little bit about the new year that we are moving into on the 26th of July 2020. So within Mayan astrology we have multiple cycles on top of one another, but the two key cycles that are our yearly cycles, really, we've got the 9-month human being cycle and we've got the 13 moon month earth cycle around the sun. Now on the 26th of July it is classed as the Sirius New Year because Sirius rises in the sky, it goes up in the sky. And the ancients really recognised the powerful alignment that came with that moment and what that meant for humanity. You know, this is really where the Lionsgate portal feelings and energies are all interlinked with this Syrian movement. So last year we moved into a new 13-year cycle as a planet. You know, we were in a new energy framework, and as we've noticed, as we've experienced, it's been massive. You know, it's been a huge initiation, and you know, for me, if you follow me in any capacity, you know, especially through social media, the thing that's been really presenting for me at the moment that I feel is very much linked to this grand cycle that we are moving through is about the transformation of victim consciousness. So last year we began this 13-year process in the energy of White Wizard, and the White Wizard is about the transformation, it's about the alchemy point, it's about being able to connect different realms to this one. It's about bringing in higher dimensional realities to the collective human plane, and we do that through the transformation of the heavy materials. So if we have been in a conditioning factory that has taught us that we are not the creators of our reality, that's taught us that we are victims and that there are perpetrators and victims and saviours, and we're bouncing around this drama triangle, we're not actually living real life, we're not actually experiencing what this reality's potential can be. And that for me is the energy of the wizard. It's the potential of what, you know, our reality can be when we are all in our creative power and consciously dreaming in the reality that we want to be living. So we move into the second year of the process this year. So the second year, like the second day of a wave spell, is about the new learning that's coming in. It's about the, you know, the shadow in some ways. It's like the first day in the initiation year really reveals to us what we're going to be working with. And the second year kind of demonstrates what we need to shift or what is ready to come through. What's the new thing that's ready to land? Now, this second year that we're entering, we're going into the energy of the blue storm. So the blue storm, you know, is the energy of the storm. I always really feel archetypally it's this journey to Oz from the Wizard of Oz. You know, she's carried by the storm into a different reality that's full of archetypal lessons and journeys that, you know, then takes her back home with a completely different perspective. And that is really what, you know, this storm is for me feeling like it's going to be about. It's about the perspective shift. It's about the storm of the everything, and we can feel it building already, you know, with all of these different narratives that are opening up around what's actually going on the planet, who's in power, what their agenda is, what's going on between different social groups. All of these different things for me are the reflections of this like egoic construct that has been birthed through victim consciousness. So this coming year, you know, the storm energy can be quite tense, but our mission is to be able to stay in the eye of the storm, to be able to stay in our centre even when everything goes crazy. And already what we're witnessing, you know, within the planetary consciousness and everything that's unfolding, how resistant are we to what is playing out? What do we need to do? What's been asked of us? How easy is it for us to go out of balance? How fast do we come back into balance? Where do we surrender our power? Where do we fall into the traps? So really this is going to be a training ground again for us to stay in our centre, but the more that we are already practicing this within our own lives, the more that we are leaning into the things that we might want to lean away from, the more that we are stepping in and developing that capacity to remain centred, the easier it's going to be, and the more we're going to be asked to hold space for other people too. Now the other piece that's been really presenting for me recently that I feel to mention is around the nervous system and the trauma response of the nervous system. So if we have experienced trauma, yes, we can be working with it on an emotional level and releasing in that sense, but there's also like a rebuilding of that fight or flight adrenaline rush that has to be experienced to find balance. So again, those experiences that we would normally avoid because the way that our conditioning has now brought us to is that would trigger this huge emotional reaction of the fight or flight, and that physical body sensation of like, ah, we're really being asked to lean into that, to support the body to understand now that it's not actually danger, so that then we are able to continue to step forward in life in all of the different things that's going to be presented over the next year without losing our centre. So the more that we lean in, the better that we are equipped to be able to face whatever comes next. So yeah, the other piece, you know, it's going to be a blue year, which is all about transformation. It's really about the, you know, again, this going from one way of being to another way of being. It's a powerful energy, is Blue Storm. The archetypal story around it is about the arrival of the thunderbeings that are here to create the lasting change. So again, you know, the things that are opening up, and everything feels very foggy and unknown this year that's just passing. And as we come into this new space, there really is the truth is revealing itself, and what happens from here is what happens from here. But the more that we are plugged into our own creative power and able to stay in our centre, we are the thunder beings. We are the ones stepping forward and saying, more of that please, less of that thanks, and this is what we're going to create together. And there's really an energy of, you know, within this thunder being feeling, for me, there's a real energy of collaboration. So it's not about, you know, yes, it's about our own individual journey, but it's also about, okay, as a collective, right, so we can see that this is playing out and that we don't feel okay with that. Okay, so what are we going to do? How do we build something? You know, it's not just the old world is dying, the new world is building. What is your offering to the building of the new world? And to really get clear with that. And again, the more that we are able to stay in our centre, the more that we've exercised that muscle of like, oh wait, this isn't actually a dangerous situation, I can be within it, then no matter what comes in, we've again got that anchor to our centre. So yeah, Happy New Year. I am doing an event today, so if you would like to, so that's on the 26th of July, I'm going to publish this video a little bit before. So yeah, on Sunday the 26th we're doing an online ceremony going through the elements to really clear anything that's like still lingering energetically from our previous cycle, and also to get clear about what we are stepping into, what are we calling in individually and collectively. And we're also going to be doing a shamanic ecstatic dance, a 5 elements dance, which is all about bringing that energy into the body, releasing, calling in, surrendering and flowing. And there's a really beautiful community that are already taking part in that. So if you would like to be involved, send me an email to align@jyotiofferings.com. I will sign you up and I'll send you the link. So if I don't see you for the New Year celebration, Happy New Year. Allow yourself to just be with whatever's going on for you and know that this is why we're here. Always remember that we are here at this time for a specific purpose. Nothing is off what it should be right now. And yes, it's uncomfortable, and yes, it's crazy, but it's exactly what needs to happen for us to go to the next step. So sending you lots and lots of love and lots of blessings, and I'll see you next year.